Hey everybody, AcedTyler here, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Diddy Kong Racing. The time has come at last. All 47 balloons, all the amulets, everything. It's time to face that fucking swine. Let's do this.
The little worm.
Alright folks, WhizPig round 2, the final race in this game. We ready for this? Let's go. So, for the second WhizPig race, it's actually the plane course. So, once again, it's a 3-lap race, and with plane this time. So, it's kind of more fitting, because I guess the plane is probably the most feature and most iconic vehicle that Diddy would ever ride. So, it's actually kind of fitting. And he also has a WhizPig carving here on the mount face. What a narcissist. So, this race, just like with the first one, it is also pretty challenging. WhizPig can also be very fast. He will still definitely catch up to you. Probably not as fast, like not quite as he was in the first race, but still fast enough. They can still catch up to you. So you do want to make sure to get as many of the blue balloons and just go right ahead of him as possible. There are quite a few obstacles in this course. There's also there's the meteorite balls and also lasers that will shoot at you from out of the sky, really from nowhere. We got columns. We got the you got those things here that we have to go past, and yeah, more of those UFOs, and also lasers. And as you go through the tunnel, there will be those lasers as well. Although when I did some recordings, I saw WhizPig actually getting hit by lasers, so which is actually kind of funny if you ask me. And one more thing you have to watch out for, as we just saw in the first lap. Once you approach that that yellow balloon, you want to make sure you pick it up. And the reason for that is because after we got past it, you'll go into a WhizPig's throne room, and there's going to be a lot of debris flying all over the place. Those lasers and those, yeah, all that stuff here. And if you didn't pick up the yellow balloon and use the invincibility, you will get hit by those very easily. So make sure you pick that one up, and so that way there you can actually use that. Or we'll use that little shield there to so that way there you won't get hit and you can just proceed onwards. And I did make many attempts for this, because this race actually is tough, and because of that, I actually kind of lost my way there with the way the track course is, and so I keep running those obstacles there, and then WhizPig kept going past me, and then I figured I was probably gonna lose anyway. So yeah, I did several attempts for those, but then eventually I found my way, and then I made it to this one as the final attempt. So anyway, there's the last lap. And then as we get close to the finish line, the WhizPig still on our ass. Almost there, and then we did it! We won first place. Eat it, pork man. Alright, there we have it, folks. And yeah, there's the actual credits. And so we're officially done. Whispig's been beaten. The world's been saved. Well, the island itself has been saved. And so yeah, we did it, guys. And that's it. That's the end. So, Diddy Kong Racing. I gotta say though, it feels so great to finally revisit this game that I grew up with. You know, it's been part of my childhood for so long. And I mean, I haven't really gotten to play this game for years though, because because one thing I did have an old copy, like I mentioned before, but it was acting glitchy. Well, it's because of my old N64 that was acting like shit. But then I got a new one, so I got a new copy, and so I finally got to get into playing this game for the Let's Play. And just going back to it, I feel like a kid again doing this. So yeah, so my final thoughts on this game. Just going back to it. I gotta say, it's still a fantastic game, you know, just all the way. Granted, sure, there are some hit or miss kind of stuff, like with you know, some asshole mechanics, such as, well, one thing, the silver coin challenge, you know, especially for the later worlds, I can still kiss my ass, and so that still kind of frustrates me. And you know, there's also some of the boss challenges that can be well, they can be very cheap, but at the same time, maybe it's kind of a fun kind of challenge. I mean, it's not really so much where I would just throw my controller down. I mean, you know, they're hard for one thing. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I see it as a fun kind of hard in a way. And you know, I guess same goes for Whizpig, but you know, it just still provides just a great challenge. But yeah, other than that though, Diddy Kong Racing is really a fun experience. You know, it does very well with combining a racing genre as well as an adventure genre, just combining that into one. And I would say it works perfectly. So it's definitely one of Rare's many masterpieces, and it's also where we get to see the debut of you know, of the beloved bear, but not the bird though. You know, Banjo, and then even Conker. Just when Conker was so innocent back then. To be continued. So yeah, let's see, and then four-wheel drive off-road's another cheat code that we can do. And of course, after that is where we'll show records to see how slow I was. But yeah, like, you know, the design of all, like, you know, track design is great as well, and it's a very fun kind of a game to play as, you know, just as a racing genre. And you know, some people will say, like, you know, there could be people, like, you know, with the rising popularity of Mario Kart 64, and then with Diddy Kong Racing rivaling it. I know there could be people that prefer one game to the other, and of course, I'm actually one of those people who agrees that Diddy Kong Racing actually is better than Mario Kart 64. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Mario Kart 64 is without a doubt a great game, and you know, it's, you know, I still love it overall, but you know. But I still go on to say that Diddy Kong Racing I actually prefer a lot more. But you know, with all the other Mario Kart games, I mean, I always have my fun with it, especially with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I mean, you know, especially, you know, with this game being released in 1997, of course, there's a lot of new racing genres there. But yeah, it's overall still a fantastic experience. So you know, just going back to just going back to playing Diddy Kong Racing, all in all. And you know, it still does serve as one of my favorite N64 games, and something that I would always just love to go back to if I ever want to get to it. But yeah, it's been real fun. Of course, as you know, with characters, I guess it really depends on what kind of characters you want to use with their handling. I mean, Diddy Kong is always a kind of middleweight class, but you know, I always say that Pipsy's definitely are probably one of the best ones. But yeah, overall, it's quite a fantastic experience. And if you want to get this game, like, you know, if you ever were looking to get in this game, well, one thing, I hate to say it though, but this is one of those N64 games in which it's not available in the Virtual Console in any way. Like, no Wii Shop channel. Well, not counting that one, because that's already down, and the eShop's about to go down as well. So, but they still didn't release that there. Not even for Nintendo Switch Online. Although, considering that Banjo-Kazooie did make it to the Nintendo Switch Online, it is available on there, then I mean, that could be a possibility for Diddy Kong Racing to be on there. I mean, who knows? I mean, we'll probably see. Only time will tell. But yeah, for right now, if you ever want to play Diddy Kong Racing, you can just you know, get yourself a copy of the N64 version, and you know, if you can ever still find one. Either that, or I guess if you really want to, there's also the DS remake, you know, for the Nintendo DS, of course, titled obviously, you know, the Diddy Kong Racing DS, Which, I mean, I will say, actually, as a matter of fact, I did just recently see a review of Diddy Kong Racing DS from this one guy called, I think it was Hat Wearing Gamer, I believe that was the username. He did a little comparison video of the N64 original and the DS remake. And I gotta say, though, there were some design choices in the DS version that just seemed to irritate me. Cause one thing, for instance, is that like, let's say you beat the first track of a world, like the first race, and then you want to get back to it to pick up, like, let's say an ancient legacy, you see that key, but you didn't get it, you want to go back to it. Uh, the game actually locks you out of that until you've cleared all the other tracks, and of course it still locks you out as well until you beat the boss. And then they gave the next challenge was actually not the silver coin challenge, but the balloon popping challenge, where you actually just revisit the track, where you just go around popping the balloons using the touch screen, which is honestly kind of lame if you ask me. And after that, then you won't be able to go back into it again until after you beat the boss the second time, and then you can go back and get the key. So like, and I was like, the fuck? Why? Why? Who? Why did they make that choice? Why limit me to just to just that? I don't know. And then with all the rest, yeah, I mean, it's not really a terrible remake per se. I mean, it's still playable. It's just it just felt like the way just looking back at it again, it just felt soulless and underwhelming. I mean, maybe it'd be good to actually do a good trip back with the remake itself, but overall, it was like there was no like it just didn't give me the same kind of vibe as the original N64 game did, and not to mention the cutscenes themselves, they actually felt so rushed. Just like a little more quick pace as opposed to the original, where it just felt a little more dramatic or anything like that. But and also the soundtrack. Well, I mean, the soundtrack also isn't the best either. I mean, even with the remixes of the old tracks, it just felt like. I mean, granted, I understand the Nintendo DS sound font seems pretty limited as well. Like, still better than the Game Boy Advance, but I mean, it didn't really emulate as well as the soundtrack for the original did. So so yeah, overall, I mean, like I said, Diddy Kong Racing DS is, I mean, it's not a terrible remake, but it was just underwhelming. But but I guess if you're curious, then I mean, you can just go and then by all means, you can just go try the game for yourself. But I would definitely recommend the N64 version. One thing for because of how, like, for originality's sake, but also because I really do feel like that the N64 is definitely the superior version of the DS remake. I actually did trade in the my DS copy of that game for one time because I didn't really seem to care for it that much. It just wasn't so great overall. But I don't know. I might just have to rebuy the game. Probably just for comparison's sake or something like that. But maybe as a little live stream or something. Like once I get to live streams or anything like that. But yeah. And one more thing I do want to say before I end off this video. When it was saying to be continued, after you beat this game, you actually get to unlock Adventure 2. And Adventure 2, it's actually more challenging than the first adventure. Because for one thing, the racetracks will actually be mirrored, and not only that, but the silver coins will also be placed in different locations to add more challenge, but also can be a little bit more frustrating. Not only that, though, but the golden balloons are actually changed to silver balloons. Actually, what I like to call disco ball balloons, because they literally look like disco balls. But yeah, that's basically what Adventure 2 is about. It's a little more challenging, I would say, than the first adventure. And yeah, then I guess that's about it. So yeah, overall, yeah, Diddy Kong Racing, a fantastic game. One of my favorite N64 games. Just feels so good to just go back into it, just relive relive the nostalgic memories. And so there's actually one more video that I want to put up, and that will be the bonus video. And that one is, of course, going to be the trophy race for Future Funland, which is actually not required to be the game, but it's mainly for bragging rights. But I figure I'll just go ahead and show it off anyway, just for the last bonus video. And I'll also be playing as a different character this time, but it's not Banjo, but he actually just take a very good hint about who I'll be playing as. But yeah, so I guess that's about it. So yeah, it feels great to go back into it. So once we get back to doing the last video for Diddy Kong Racing, we're going to be doing that for the trophy race, and then I guess some other things to talk about as well, and then that should be it. So yep, next time we'll be doing that. So until then, see you guys later.